So I've been doing this exercise for the last couple of weeks and I want to share this with you because I think it might be useful for you personally, for your family, or maybe even for your business. I saw a post the other day about somebody wanting some help dealing with this crisis and motivating their team. Or maybe this is a great activity to do together, to have that discussion with them and involve them in how you shape your business for the future. But let me take you through a couple of questions that will help you learn, gain some insights, and maybe those insights are a good point for you to start innovating and start adjusting. Did you really think I was going to shave my head? No COVID cut for me. But the hair salons are back open. So, we're back in business. And with this opening up, I see a lot of people go out en masse. Like in Europe, the weather's pretty nice now. People are going out again like nothing changed. They want to go back to the stores. They want to go back to the parks. They're hanging out on the beach thinking that, oh, let's just go back to exactly where we were before. But no, things are not going to go back to exactly the same they were before. Sure, I think some things will come back. I don't think we'll have to be confined in our homes forever. But if you think that this was nothing and let's just forget about it and let's just move on, then I think you're going to be in for a bit of a surprise. See, this crisis has changed the world for better and for worse. It has shown gaps in our systems, in our governments, in our societies. It has exposed flaws in the way we think, in the way we do things. It has shown who's adaptable and who's not, who just sits there in a corner and cries about how bad it is, who actually gets up and says, okay, so what are we going to do about this then? At the same time, it has also brought communities together at a small and at a large scale. And of course, it has pushed forward lots of new innovations, big and small. So sure, things will open up, things will get back up and running again, but it won't be the same game as we've been playing before. So I hope you've taken this time during this crisis to reflect, to learn, to skill up, to change the game and to adapt for new possibilities. We don't know exactly what the future is going to look like, but I think there's a couple of cues out there right now that you could jump on, that you could use to your advantage and come out swinging. So I've been doing this exercise for the last couple of weeks and I want to share this with you because I think it might be useful for you personally, for your family, or maybe even for your business. But let me take you through a couple of questions that will help you learn, gain some insights, and maybe those insights are a good point for you to start innovating and start adjusting. These are also questions you can run through with your team. I saw a post the other day about somebody wanting some help dealing with this crisis and motivating their team. Or maybe this is a great activity to do together, to have that discussion with them and involve them in how you shape your business for the future. So the first one, what have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about the people around you? What have you learned about your industry? What have you learned about your business? Like, what have you learned? It's all in the spirit of learning. Think about some of the maybe pleasant learnings that you've had. Maybe there's some painful ones in there as well, but it's all learning. Second one, what have you gained? I'm sure a lot of people have gained a bit of weight, but maybe you've gained a bit of wisdom as well. Have you learned a couple of new skills which you were pushed to learn because of the situation? Maybe you've gained a new network. Maybe you've gained a new couple of friends. Maybe you've gained more respect for certain people out there or for certain industries. Maybe you've gained more understanding of what's going on. But what have you gained during this period? The third one is, what can you let go of? What do you need to shed? I'm sure you've seen a couple of things which used to be very relevant, which may no longer be relevant. Maybe it is some bad habits, maybe there's some physical things, maybe there's some connections, maybe there's some limiting beliefs that you have. But I'm sure there's a couple of things that you can shed that you think like, you know what, this is a perfect time to just get out of my head, get out of the house. Then looking at that, what are the opportunities? What are the opportunities for you? What are the opportunities for your family, for your network? What are the opportunities for your customers? Where do they need help? What are the opportunities in your region or in your business or in your sector? There are heaps of opportunities out there. Learn to look out for them, because if you're looking out for them, you're going to see them. And the fifth one. So what the hell are you going to do then? Because this is all learning, but learning doesn't really do anything unless you apply that learning. You've looked at what you've gained, you looked at what you need to get rid of, you've looked at some of the opportunities. Now what are you going to do? Where are you going to invest? Maybe you can innovate somewhere, you can change some of the structures in which you've been working, which you've been living for a while. And the key word here is experimentation. Start with small experiments and see where that takes you. It is completely understandable that in the time of crisis, people think a lot more short term. They're worried about the right heater right now. They don't know what tomorrow brings. So dialing down cost and kind of waiting for things to open up again is one strategy. But almost every crisis in the past, the ones who have invested during this time, maybe not just money, maybe they've invested time into trying out new and different things, taking a small or a big bet in another category, in another technology, build new partnerships, or maybe spend more time investing in relationships with their ecosystem or with their partners or with their network. Those are always the people that come out of these crises in a much better shape than anybody else. So never waste a good old crisis. This is the perfect time to see what you have, to look at the opportunities, and then seeing how you can be on top of those opportunities like a pelican on a fish head. And reach out anytime you want if you have any questions or you want a bit of a sounding board, or watch some of these videos which I have over here, because I put together heaps of videos to help you innovate. Really practical things you can do on an everyday basis that will help you get further faster. I'll see you next time.